All right, on page 3, you need to define domain, range, and function. So remember, domain is all of your x values. You read them left to right. If it's discrete, you list them. If it's continuous, you use an inequality. Similar for range, only you are reading it from the lowest value to the top values. These are all of your y values. For function, that's when your x cannot repeat. So if you have that table and you see more than one x going to a different y, that's incorrect. You can also talk about the vertical line test and how if you were to draw a straight line and drag it across your paper, if it touches 2 points, that's also not a function. So I would pause the video and go back and write those sentences. Okay. Moving on number 15, this is disconnected. Because it's just a bunch of dots, so do not connect them. We just call this discrete. For domain, looking left to right, I'm going to see which values have points. So these do not, but 1 does, 2 does not, 3 does, 4, and 6. So for domain, my values are 1, 3, 4, and 6. So I'm going to let you go ahead and do the range. And if it's a function, I don't see any repeating x values here, so we're good. But if you wanted to check it using the vertical line test, you would just drag your pencil across and make sure that nothing repeats. So nothing's repeating at -2, nothing at -1, 0. Yeah, all the way, we're good, nothing repeats. Okay, so don't forget range. Okay. For 16, this is all connected, so this one is continuous. And for range, I'll do that one this time. We put our y in the middle. The lowest value is -6. The tallest value appears to be 2. Okay, and because these are both solid lines, there's not an open circle at those points, we're going to use less than or equal to for both sides. Okay, domain, remember, go left to right, and then you can figure out if it's a function or not. Okay. For the most part, you're good, but just remember that if your graph has arrows at the end of it, that means infinity, so you need to make sure you mark that and don't just choose a random number. On page 4, it's asking you to write the formula to find slope between 2 points. So remember, that's y2 minus y1 divided by x2 over, or minus x1. And this is what you need to use to solve 21 through 30. You may use a table if you'd prefer, but I'm going to go ahead and use the formula. So for number 21, my y2 is 5, so I'm going to have 5 minus my other y, which is -1. So I need to see 2 negative signs there, one from the formula, one from the point. And then same thing for my x's. We have 4 minus a -2. And if you put these in your calculator, 5 minus -1 is +6. 4 minus -2 is also 6, so the slope of 21 is just 1. Okay, so go through these. Remember to simplify your fractions, and if you get an error or something that says undefined, you need to write that as undefined. That means it is a vertical line. Okay. For 31 through 34, you need to determine the slope from the graph. So I'm going to go ahead and do 33. So remember, you need to look for 2 good points. I see one here, and okay. And honestly, I would say this is my other good point. These are a little bit harder to see. So from our points, we need to do rise over run. So that's when you make your right triangle. So I went up 3 and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my slope is 3 over 8. My line is going up and to the right, so this is positive. So I'm going to say 3 over 8 is my final slope for number 33. All right, and last but not least, you need to find slope from a table. So on number 35, you're starting with negative numbers, and a lot of y'all mess this up. So if you know that you're one of those people that always get messed up, start with the positive numbers. So from 0 to 1, I went up 1. From 1 to 2, I went up 1 also. Knowing that, you can go back to see if it's the same. So in your calculator, if you do negative 2 plus 1, you should get negative 1. Negative 1 to 0, you're also adding 1. So just double check that because some of y'all are really horrible with those. From 3 to 5, we went up 2. From 5 to 7, we also went up 2, and it looks like this pattern is the same. And then remember, your slope is change of y over your change of x. So my change of y in this case is 2. My change of x is 1. So y over x. And then again, simplify, so you should have 2 as your final value.